Hey guys, it's Jean-Claude, and I really hope that you guys watched, I don't know, the last maybe 10-ish videos. Yeah, that should have been about how many it was to finish out the last box. That box was absolutely absurd. I cannot believe that thing. And this is giving me some struggle. Here we go. Yeah, I am happy to say that every single one of those decks ended up going to patrons, so that was pretty sweet. What a great box for you guys. All right. Start off with a freshie here. Let's see what I'll open up for myself. Maybe I wasted all of my luck on you guys. If that happened, you know what? I said I'm fine with that. Let's see what we got here. All right. It is a yellow Archon. First house, Untamed. Second house is Shadows, and the third house is Sanctum. Oh, and I do like short little names like that, Lion Walsh. And it's got the big angel wings like we saw in the last video, and kind of like the penguin body. All right, let's see what we got here. First house is Untamed. It's Mercy Malkin Queen. 3 power skirmish. After a friendly cat creature enters play, ward it. Fight ready a friendly beast creature. Interesting. Cool looking card there. Whoa, what the heck is this? Chonkers, 1 power skirmish. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Chonkers, double the number of +1 power counters on Chonkers. Play, give Chonkers a +1 power counter. Very interesting. Starts off as a 2 power skirmish and then just starts to really build up. That's a cool looking card there. Tremble, 3 power. Each mutant creature gains skirmish. Don't know how I feel about that, since it helps both players. Nifl Grounds, it's an artifact, and whenever you play it, action, choose a creature for the remainder of the turn. That creature loses taunt and elusive. I guess that goes well with the Chonkers. Lumilu, 4 power, reap, gain 1 amber for each other friendly beast creature. Okay, seeing a beast theme here. Bumblebird with a capture pip, 1 power alpha. So that's the first thing you'll be doing on your turn. Play, put 2 +1 power counters on each other friendly untamed creature. A lot of creatures so far, and I don't mind adding even more counters to Chonkers. Resurgence, enhance the draw pip. Return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. If that creature is a mutant, return another creature from your discard pile to your hand. Such a good card. Rapid Evolution. This deck is Chonker City. Amber, whenever you play it, choose a creature, give it a +1 power counter for each amber you have. Key Frog with a capture pip. 2 power destroyed, forge a key at current cost. Ghost Hawk, 2 power deploy. Play you may reap with each neighboring creature 1 at a time. Flump with a capture pip, 3 power skirmish. Fight, give a beast creature 2 +1 power counters. Wow, look at all these power counters in Untamed here. Absolutely wild. And we have a lot of beasts for Lumilu. This is a very interesting looking Untamed, so much synergy. Cephaloist, 4 power. While you have 4 more amber, your amber cannot be stolen. And now we're on to Shadows. It's Master Plan. It's an artifact. Amber, whenever you play it. Play, put a card from your hand face down under Master Plan Omni. Play the card under Master Plan, destroy it. Something interesting, this was in Coda, and I have already opened more Master Plans inside of Mass Mutation than I ever did in Coda. Finishing blow, Amber Pip with a capture pip. Destroy a damaged creature. If you do, you steal an amber. Old Bruno, 3 power elusive. Play, capture 3 amber. By the way, we're in Shadows. Fidget, 2 power elusive. Reap, discard a random card from your opponent's archives or the top card of their deck. If that card is in action, play it as if it were yours. That's a very good card, especially in Archon. Boss Zarek with a draw pip. 3 power, enhanced 3 capture pips. Each friendly creature with amber on it gains elusive. I do like that guy. Booby Trap, amber whenever you play it. Deal 4 damage to a creature that is not on a flank with a 2 damage splash. Very good card. Vandalize, amber whenever you play it. Look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, discard 1, and put the others back in any order. Tempting Offer, amber whenever you play it. Enhance the capture pip. Return an enemy creature to its owner's hand. If you do, your opponent gains an amber. Seeker Needle, it's an artifact. Action, deal 1 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, gain an amber. Mug, amber whenever you play it. Move 1 amber from a creature to your pool. Deal 2 damage to that creature. Gamgee, 2 power elusive. Reap, if your opponent has more amber than you, you get to steal 1. Bow Nithing, 2 power. Play, steal an amber for each forged key your opponent has. And that does end the Shadows. Shadows seem to be fine. Wasn't anything super extraordinary, but still a solid house. Now we're on to Sanctum, free markets with the capture pip. Gain 1 amber to a maximum of 6 for each house represented among cards in play except for Sanctum. I have always been a fan of this card ever since the days of Age of Ascension. Squire Alice, 2 power, 2 armor. Play, capture 2 amber. Seeker of Truth, 3 power, 1 armor. Fight, you may fight with a friendly non-Sanctum creature. Lieutenant Gorvanal, 4 power, 1 armor. After you fight with a creature, Lieutenant Gorvanal captures an amber. That's a pretty good card. Oh, and a second one of those. Gizelhart's Zealot, 4 power, enters play ready and enraged. General Salvador with a capture pip and a damage pip, 4 power, 2 armor, it enhanced 2 capture pips. Commander, Amber whenever you play it. For the remainder of the turn, after you play another card, a friendly creature captures an Amber. Oh, another one of those. Champion NFL 6 power, 1 armor, and has taunt. Burning Glare, Amber whenever you play it. Enhance the damage pip. Stun an enemy creature or stun each enemy mutant creature. And the final card of the deck is Bulwark, 4 power, 1 armor. Assault 2. Each of Bulwark's neighbors gains Assault 2. Okay, we have an interesting deck. Definitely a fighting deck. A deck that wants to control the opponent's board and then hopefully have its creatures around to then reap. Let's get our Amber up. Felt like there was a good amount in each house. Even Sanctum had some here, thanks to, yes, the free markets. Bonithing. Could definitely count that for something. Tempting Offer, Vandalize. I'll normally pull up a card like Secret Needle, but I'm not feeling it in this deck. Actually, the Secret Needle does allow Finishing Blow to basically kill off any creature. That's pretty interesting. I do like it because of that reason now. Let's see here. I'm not sure how we want to count this Reap effect, but if for some reason Limilu does survive, that's going to be a lot of Amber. I know of at least 3 different ways we can make it survive in here, and we'll have to discuss those later. But let's get our Amber first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll call this 3 is 14, 15, 16, 17. Very nice Amber count. Mass Mutation has been great to us lately. Let's pull up the Amber control. Okay, let's see. Obviously, Shadows is the main Amber control house, and Sanctum is pretty good as well, because I know we had Alice in here. Oh, and the 2 Gorgonals. Very sweet. Gamgee. Old Bruno is a big one. Oh, you know what? I might have missed some capture pips. Might have to look back through there. Yeah, let's just kind of thumb through some of this real quick. Feel like, yeah, there was one there. And I believe, yeah, free markets. I think that's all of it at that point. Yeah, it must be. All right, so count them up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow, once again, a huge number. These decks are definitely above average. This is just insane. I feel like the first box on the channel was not at the level that the last box in this deck is showing us right now. There's going to be, once again, just a lot of really cool things in this deck. The Shadows, in a weird way, seems to be the weaker house, but you can't complain because the Steel is just really good. Steel is pretty important for a lot of deck strategies. You got to be able to slow your opponents down. All right, so for the creatures, we have 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 22. Mass Mutation, I adore you. So the first thing I want to talk about, I mentioned Limilu earlier. We'll just claim that's its name because I actually have no idea how we'd pronounce it. Okay, so I said we have 3 different ways to protect it. So you got Mercy here. After a friendly cat creature enters play, ward it. So that will ward it. Actually, an interesting thing here. Let's see how many cats we have. That's a Fairy Thief. Let's see here. It's all going to be an Untamed. Flumph is a cat. So we had 2 cat creatures to go with the queen here. Actually, I guess there's some other ways. Flumph actually gives a beast creature 2+1 power counters when you fight with it. So if Flumph is already out, we could at least make this a 6 power creature. But back to the main ones I was thinking about. Champion NFL, obviously being able to protect it is very powerful. And then also, besides the queen, we had right here, Rapid Evolution. The more Mass Mutation decks I see, the more I like this card. And guess what? I like this card from the moment I saw it, and it just keeps getting better in my book, honestly. Just so good. I love that the Chonkers could just become a ridiculous number in this deck. That is pretty neat. Fidget's just a really powerful card. We didn't really have too much like draw in here. It's not going to be a faster deck, but this is definitely a board deck. And it does have some great actions in here. Great ways to kind of slow our opponents down. I want to pull this Resurgence up, actually. I want to see something here. Is one of these cards a mutant? Let's see. Lumilu was not. We know NFL is not. Oh, man. And the Queen isn't a mutant either. I was hoping we'd be able to do the Resurgence to possibly get a Queen and a Lumilu at the same time. Because I'd love to just be able to get that ward immediately on that Lumilu on the same turn. That would have been pretty sweet. I guess there was 2 mutants in Untamed, both Cephaloist and the Chonkers. Oh, you know what? Was there one other? Let's see. Chonkers. Oh, and here we go. Trimble is the other one. I guess since we have Trimble here, let's see. Is there any other mutants in the other houses? I feel like Sanctum isn't going to have too many. Sanctum seems to be the least mutant house of all of them. Got one there. Okay, we did have one in Sanctum. So it seems to be kind of rare, though. Ooh, wow, we are not hitting any mutants. So there's a good shot that this triple is going to help our opponent way more than it helps us. 2 mutants, one of them we actually do want to fight with, this one maybe not so much. When we sit down and look at our opponent's Archon card, we really need to be aware of how many mutants they have in their deck. And depending on what they are, there's a shot this might need to get discarded, once again, if we're specifically playing Archon. I do love how much capture is in this deck. There's a lot of just great ways. Gorvenal can be like a really huge capture. You got 2 of those. Alice makes your opponent going to 7 Amber kind of iffy. Same with the old Bruno. I like that the Amber control is varied. I think that's really, really good. We got Commandeer, a lot of smaller ones and bigger ones. It makes our opponent play a guessing game. How high do they want to go? I guess if they're a huge Amber Rush deck, they're going to burst up to a huge amount because we don't have something like Ever's Principle or too much to protect in here. But where this style deck shines is if our opponent has to make a decision of, okay, do I want to forge a key for a certain amount? They don't know what that number is. Or do I want to use some of these other creatures to maybe fight off our opponent's board? They won't know what Amber is actually safe to be able to forge a key. I said, besides a huge, huge burst potential. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's see, what other sort of combos we have here. We didn't have any way to really destroy our Key Frog. That's a shame. But just good old fighting can do that if we do happen to get up to 6 Amber. I like that it's not lose an Amber and then forge a key like Chota Hazri or Key Charge was. That's pretty nice. Seeker of Truth is interesting in here because this gives us an opportunity to build that Chonkers on a Sanctum turn. So maybe Chonkers is still a little bit small early on in the game, but we need to call Sanctum because maybe we need some of this capture Amber control, and using a Seeker of Truth to make Chonkers much larger will keep it around potentially, well, all game if they don't have a straight up removal for it. So that's really neat. No way to abuse the Bonithing there. Let's see, some artifacts. Yeah, we got a little bit of board control besides what our creatures are doing. Yeah, this just seems to be an overall better than average deck, but that seems to be what we're getting in this whole set. It's just so wild. And you know what? This is the first time I don't feel bad for having a Bumblebird in my deck. It's still a terrible card, but it felt like we had a decent amount of untamed creatures in here. Now it's going to make me look to see exactly how many we had. Okay, oop. And once again, it's another card that's adding to Chonkers. Yeah, there's a lot of untamed here. That's just crazy. Okay, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will help us get one, but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 untamed creatures. Okay, Bumblebird's finally going to be able to get some power counters on something. Very nice. This is the first time I've seen an untamed just so big on the power counters. That's really neat. Straight up, if we can get that Lumalu up with a lot of power counters, this deck could just all of a sudden, within 2 or 3 turns, reap for keys every turn. That would be awesome. Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time.